So here we have kind of like, like a basic Docker file kind of builds like a pretty basic image. So we have, it's a two-stage image, or Docker file rather. So we have our builder image, and then we have, the like staging or development image or whatever that we'll actually end up with. So we just copy all of our code in here, build it, and then copy the built binary into our end container, and then it just gets ran here. Let's go ahead and start the container. So I'll kind of run it this way, assigning it to like a local batch variable, just because we're going to reference the container ID a lot through the rest of it. So it just kind of makes it easy. Okay, so we have our container running. It's kind of running in the background here so that we can like reuse this terminal, make things a little bit easier. I'll kind of put this over so that you see a little bit better. Okay, so now we have our container running. Now, how do we start debugging within it? The first thing that we're going to want to do is we actually need our debugging tools to be present in the container, right? Like if we were to exec into the container right now, we don't really have anything. We have our app. We do kind of have the power of Ubuntu, but that may not always be there, right? So how do we get our debugging tools in there? So we have Delve on our system. If you already have the tool available, what we're going to want to do is copy that into the container's file system. And then from there, we'll be able to jump in like exec and then start firing up the debugger and inspecting what's going on. So to do this, we can use Docker to just copy the Delve debugger into the container. So we'll reference the little shell variable that we had earlier, and we'll just put it at root at Delve, just so that it's easy to find. We know exactly where it is. So we've copied our debugger into the container. Now we need to get into the container's like execution context, get into the namespaces and everything, get into the environment, and be able to start up the debugger. So to do that, we can exec into the container also with Docker. So let's exec into our container, and let's get bash running. So now we're within the context of the container. We have our tools here and everything. So let's go ahead and start trying to use the debugger and figure out what's going on with our program.